Hello everyone and welcome to BB Outdoors. I just kind of wanted to do an update video. We're about mid-July right now, so I wanted to do an update video of our goals from our bow fishing season. So kind of to go back onto it, we got 7 different things on here that we wanted to accomplish. The first one was get loads of film. I'm not going to check that off until the end of the year. I'm I'm happy with the amount of film that we've got this year. This is the most film that we've gotten ever, but I'm never going to be satisfied. I always want to, do better, do something different. So, got a lot more stuff coming on there. Looking at trying to get a filming stand built. So, trying to upgrade, trying to grow, but we're going to get there. So, load the film. We're going to wait till the end of the year for that one. The second one down here was show the boys the spawn. Unfortunately, this year, we didn't believe that Lucas was really fully ready to go out on the boat with just us. So it was just me and Max that went out, and me and Max got to see the spawn for his birthday trip. Got to see a whole bunch of splashing fish. He got pretty excited for it, and it was pretty cool to be able to see and show him that. So he's starting to definitely get hooked, and he's kind of he's kind of becoming me a little bit onto it, where I basically haven't picked up a normal fishing pole in so long that I don't struggle with it, but I'm definitely not familiar with it as much as I should be. But you put me in bow fishing and I want to be there. Max wants to do more bow fishing now than what he does normal fishing, so I'm kind of growing on him there. So I got a check mark here for show the boys the spawn. The next one on here is win GLBC. Unfortunately, this year, like I said in previous video, GLBC has been canceled. Hopefully next year everything will go fine. Somebody will be able to put it on and we'll be able to have a successful tournament and hopefully be able to continue that tradition. That's one tournament in the state of Michigan that is Michigan's tournament, I guess, kind of thing. It's kind of a staple for bow fishing in the state of Michigan. So hopefully next year we'll be able to get into it and be able to do good at it and possibly win it. The second one on here, or the next one down on here, is win Loxley. So unfortunately, we end up getting second place at the Loxley tournament. The stipulations this year was you could have your 5 carp, a sucker, one sucker, doesn't matter the size, it could be, that big. One sucker was worth 20 pounds added to your weight. And then after that, for gar pike, if you shot a 30-inch gar, you got 15 pounds of weight for that 30-inch gar. So naturally, what we ended up doing was we ended up going around, and it's a Big Ten tournament, so you could have only 5 of one species. So what we ended up doing was we ended up going for carp right off the bat. We got a couple sections that has carp basically year-round, and we ended up running up there and trying to get onto them while the carp were so skittish that you couldn't really roll up onto them. By the time we were in my buddy Nate's airboat, and by the time we got up on top of the frag in order to push the frag and slow push the frag and shoot them from straight up and down from the airboat, the fish were really skittish. When a couple weeks earlier you could have shot them and they would have just laid there, and it was just shooting them and keep going. So kind of a tough ordeal. After that, we went and shot gar. I got a place that basically no matter what, it's got gar. We ended up getting a handful of gar there and end up getting a couple dogfish with that too. So I don't know. It was fun. We ended up getting second place. I was pretty sick over the ordeal. Physically sick. I was going from a third shift schedule to a first shift, and then I ended up having a really bad allergy attack. My eyes were all bloodshot. It was a mess. It was horrible. But including that, we ended up going through a couple thunderstorms. It was a whole fun ordeal. So if we're gonna have a horrible time for a tournament, I'm glad that Nate had a pretty good, happy motto for it, basically. It was it was a fun tournament, even though the conditions sucked and everything sucked. I mean, I had a blast. So, next one down here is get a Michigan Grassy. That is the next one on the list for a go-to. Um, right off the bat, it's summertime bow fishing. I mean, once summer hits, them Grassies start to come up. They're more available to find, and now that it's July, I want to go down and I want to try to tackle them. There's a handful of places that we can find Grassies in the state of Michigan. They're very rare to find, but they're here, and that's what I'm going after next. So hopefully this July, maybe also into August, we're going to be able to go up and we'll be able to try to tackle one of these fish. So I'd like to get into a 30, 40-pound Grassy. The state record last year just got broke over on the west hand side of the state, and it was like 60 something pounds, and they shot that in October. So we still got a couple months here, but I'm really looking to capitalize on that really soon. The next one down here is Solo 300. I haven't had the opportunity to actually solo fish at all this year, but I'm hoping that come December, once it gets really cold, I'll be able to go out and try to do that. I got a few places I want to hit, and being that it's freezing cold in December, I'm curious if people are gonna want to go when it's that cold. And finally, last but not least, we got Shoot 3000 Fish. We're a little over 1,100 right now. We're getting up there. Like I said, we're halfway through the year. I want to try to get towards that 1,500 mark by the end of July. So we're going to have to go where fish is at and shoot a whole bunch of fish. That's my game plan, at least. Life happens, kids happen, family happens. So we'll see if we can get there. But fall shooting is definitely going to produce a handful of fish here, and hopefully we can still get there and get to that goal. But that's the update on the goals, and hopefully we'll be able to accomplish the rest of these this year. We got 3 out of the 4 marked off, so hopefully we can accomplish more this year and roll into deer season and have a successful deer season. So keep watching, and hopefully we can get there.